Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Zone to Speak podcast. I'm your host, Juliana. Before the episode, I have got to share one of my absolute favorite ride essentials, the Cyc Plus Smart Pump. This little thing goes everywhere with me. It's compact, powerful, and honestly a game changer on the bike. I love using it mid-ride when switching between terrains. I can drop the pressure for gravel and then pump it back up when I hit the road. Super easy, super fast. And of course, it's a total lifesaver in case of a flat or any loss of air. No stress, no hand pumping. Just press the button and go. You can grab yours with 10% off using my code ZONE2SPEAK. Link and details are in the episode notes. Trust me, once you try it, you won't leave for a ride without it. Cyc Plus Smart Pump. Smart, simple, and ready for any adventure. Now, let's hear it for the episode. All right, welcome back to Zone to Speak. Today's guest is someone whose work makes you stop, breathe, and feel the world differently. I'm joined by Patrícia Malhão, explorer, outdoor photographer, storyteller, and a woman who has built a life around chasing raw nature and capturing it in its most honest form. If you have seen her photography, you know exactly what I mean. Patrícia's images carry the force of the elements, emotion, movement, and truth. As she documents massive swells in Nazaré, hikes remote coastlines, and travels across Portugal and beyond with her camera always ready. She's a National Geographic and Geopark West Best Photo Award winner, an ambassador for Sítio Summit and Sea Shepherd, and the creative mind behind missroofless. In this episode, we will dive into the stories behind the lenses, her relationship with the ocean, the realities of living in untamed, roofless lifestyle, the challenges of being a female outdoor photographer, and the physical and emotional endurance required to pursue this work. Let's get into it. Patrícia, welcome to Zone to Speak.
Hi, Juliana. It was a nice presentation. Thank you. I was blushing.
I was very drawn to your photography. It's really special. I mean, words fail me now. And you are also joining our first event, She Rides. So we'll meet in person. So I'm really excited. I didn't include in the intro that you're actually a cyclist. So it's all interconnected. But let's start in the beginning. How did this connection with nature begin? Was there a moment when you realized the outdoors wasn't just a passion, but your path?
Well, I was born and raised in Nazaré, the small town in Portugal that now everybody knows about it, the giant waves and stuff. And the connection with nature was since I was born. I was born in January, and my mom says that that summer in June, I was already in the water.
Yeah.
Happy in the water, in the cold waters of Nazaré. Uh, so I think it was always something present, the nature. When you are born next to the ocean, like falling asleep with the waves during the winter, nature is something that always it's always there. I was sailing there. I was having scouts. I was mountain biking with my father, and so it was something very, very present in my life since a baby, not even a kid, since a baby. And you were asking when I realized that it was also my path. I think it was always present that as well. Life changes a lot when you are studying or trying to decide what to do with your life. And after COVID, until then, I was working as an architect between four walls, trying to escape during the weekends. But after COVID, I said, no, I don't want this anymore. I need more time out, less time in, and that I think that the COVID made me make a decision to change my work and my
Yeah, I think
lifestyle.
COVID has impacted
Yes.
so many people in so many levels in their relationship, in their career. And I also went through a transformation where working from home made me so much more at peace, and I could structure my life better because you don't have that commuting time wasted. And when people started going
Hmm.
back to the office, I just couldn't adapt to their life anymore. And I also made, career changes because I was like, I can't. It was just so stressful for me. I mean, not the commute or just going to the office, a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, especially with people like us that love outdoors. I think it was kind of a trauma to be that
Yeah.
much indoors, I
Yeah,
think.
for sure.
Um,
To everybody
wasn't a good
suffering with
experience.
cabin fever. Um, but you mentioned you were working as an architect. You obviously have an architecture degree. How did the photography enter your life? And at what point did
Hmm.
you feel the shift from taking photos on adventures to adventuring in order to tell stories through photos?
Um, well, in high school, I had 3 years of analog photography, and photography was always present here at home with the family.
Mm-hmm.
And I was studying arts in high school, and I needed to decide between painting and photography, and I didn't think twice. So, and but when it's the time to decide what to study, I was super, super, super confused what to do because I loved arts, but I didn't want to be a teacher. And being a photographer, it's not easy, like I know now. So I just went to architecture because an architect can be a photographer, but a photographer can't be an architect. And the study, especially in my university in Porto, here in Portugal, one of the best ones in the world, gives you like a really big background and teaching you with drawing, with composition, and made me decide that to study architecture. Until then, so to answer your question, I was always taking photos while traveling in vacations. I was taking photos while working abroad because I went to China. I was in Sicily before doing Erasmus. I went to Kazakhstan working as an architect too. And I was always carrying my camera, always with me. Um, and in Kazakhstan, I just saw that I wanted to report more my travelings. And while I was an architect, I was already doing this. It wasn't like being an architect and then suddenly being a photographer.
It was
It was
interconnected. Yeah, it was part.
it
Okay.
wasn't like a shift, a complete shift. Yeah, exactly. It was always a bit of me, and then life just changed, and I chose a path that it was like adventuring in order to tell stories through photos. Yeah, I think that
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I hope I answered
Photography,
your question.
I guess, was the new, and you just made a career decision. And I guess with the COVID and everything, it transformed that you wanted to just do this full time now.
Yeah, and I was very
Hmm.
confused because I didn't want it to be indoors, and I have an older sister, and she could figure it out that something was wrong. And by the time I was living in Portuguese islands in the Azores, and she just made me a question like, if you could, like, what would you work for free for your life? Like, not charging, like, not making money, just doing because you love it. Like, what's your true passion? And it was two things, traveling and photography. It was suddenly like I didn't had to think much time about it. And by that time, I just tried to figure it out how to work on it and how to survive
Is that
with it.
how the
Yeah.
project Miss Roofless started? Like, it's not just a name, it's a philosophy for you. Like, what does living without a roof means to you? And how does that translate into your daily life, logistics, everything?
Uh, well, the name itself came out when I was in Kazakhstan, and I wanted to post more. My photos, started a blog. My friends were like telling me to do it. They were laughing a lot with my adventures and my stories about it, how it was to live in Kazakhstan. And I was like, but I don't like my name. And I don't want to have my Instagram and blog with my personal name. And I don't know, it was during a dinner between friends, and they were like, yeah, you are an architect, you are a girl. And suddenly there was the homeless was a bit too harsh. And so it came out Miss Roofless. And it was cool. Everything was free. Gmail, websites. There was no Miss Roofless in the world. So I thought, oh, maybe that's a sign because usually you need to make like
Yes.
Miss Roofless 123 on your email or something like that. And how it translates to my daily life. Well, it's not easy. We humans have that feeling that we need a home, a house, a safe place, a safe port to have. And for the last 4 years, I don't have it. My life is in boxes or in backpacks, and it's not always easy. It sounds cool for who's looking outside, but I miss my bed a lot. I miss my cat a lot, my family, my niece, my nephew, my family, friends, and yeah, it's not always easy to have your stuff, and especially with the social correct mindset to be on your
Yeah.
30s, like social pressure. Oh, you are late 30s, you should have like an apartment already, stable finances, or a stable love relationship. And yeah, it's not always easy, but it's the price for being free, I guess. I'm
I
not
like that.
complaining, I'm just explaining.
Yeah, I mean, everything in life's a trade-off, right? You chose this lifestyle, which I'm sure there's a lot of pros, a lot of pros. It's feeding your soul and your purpose. Like, you had this reflection
Yes.
with your sister, and you are going after what you really want. And this is amazing. But of course, you miss having a home and you miss family. And nothing is life is permanent anyway, so who knows what's going to happen. And fuck what society says, what's right, what's wrong. Whoever
Yeah.
came up with that was humans just like us, and everybody needs are different, and life is always evolving, at least I think so. And that's what I try to tell my daughter too. She's getting ready to go to university, and I'm like, doesn't matter what you choose now. It's not that I don't want her to take seriously, but I just want her to know that maybe in 10 years she's going to change her mind. Like, make a good choice, but don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, I think. I felt it when I went to university. I was completely lost. And I think it's one of the things that makes a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people of our generation a bit anxious, because you are more thinking about uh, what should you choose to make money
Yes.
instead of what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's sad. That's sad. But I mean, it's good that you give that freedom to your daughter,
I hope so.
because she will
Yeah.
understand later and she will be happy about it.
And you said you were born and raised in Nazaré, which is the power of the ocean in
Mhm.
the world. How was living in Nazaré and like having this
Yeah.
front row seat to some of the most dramatic waves on the planet? How has this shaped your work and
Mm.
your mindset?
Oh, a lot. Um, it really made me what I am today. I was lucky. I was a 90s child playing on the street, and my mom always says that I'm like this, and I have this tattoo. You can see the audience not, but it's a cloud with a storm
Wow.
because I was born in a stormy night. The light was on and off. The doors were pumping. My mom was like, "Okay, the devil is coming out." So um, it was. I think Nazaré gives you um, a lot of connection with nature and to see the beauty on it. Me and my sister, we were never scared about uh, lightnings or storms or big waves or the sound of the sea. I have friends that when they go to Praia do Norte with me, they need to go because they say that the noise is so loud of the waves breaking the shore that it gives them like anxiety and panic because they don't know how to deal with it. Um, but I was growing and I was raised with this. I was falling asleep with the sound of the waves breaking. I was going out instead of staying inside. I was going out with my parents to see the storm in the ocean. And I was during summer, I was always inside of the water. It's Nazaré, even during summer. The village beach, it's a bit tricky. There's a lot of currents. It's a lot of people have trouble with it. But I was born there. I don't remember to learn how to swim. And my first bodyboard given by my
Wow.
grandpa, I
Wow.
was only 5 years
Do
old.
you also surf?
I, I, I think,
Wow. Cool.
yeah, sure. I started with bodyboarding. It's better in Nazaré and it was cheaper. I always wanted like a surfboard. I was watching in Eurosport and some magazines, but here in Portugal came out a little bit late. Um, but yeah, I was always in the water. I have a problem with my ears still now because I was really small when I had problem to be too much time inside of the water. And but yeah, I think all of this contribute for a fearless and troublemaker child, I think.
Oh, I really like it. How you put things. You're so deep. I like that.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
like that.
Maybe I was just lucky. Maybe, maybe I was just lucky to be raised around such an amazing place and parents uh, and family. My grandpa was the craziest. He was giving my first skateboard when I
Wow.
was 3, my first
Really
bodyboard when I
cool.
was 5. So I think it's not
Yeah,
only
of course,
about
the
me, but
environment
everything
builds
around it.
you as
Yes.
well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So
I'm pretty
let's talk
sure.
a little bit about the Net Geo Awards. Not something that come or should be taken
Mhm.
lightly. You won Best Photo Award. Can you tell me the story behind the photo?
Mhm.
What was happening before, after, and during that moment?
It's a nice story, actually. That place, the photo, for who doesn't know the photo, it's like a piece of stone, like I don't know how you call it, but it's that it's facing the ocean, and it has the footprints of dinosaurs, and it has a person doing the same path. And that place, it's a super nice place, especially because it's wild. It's the access. It's super tricky.
Mm-hmm.
It's an expert hike to arrive there. Um, And I don't know, since I discovered that place, I was like, I need to go there. And I went once, I made some photos, but the light wasn't good enough, the timing wasn't good enough, and I was facing the other side of the rock. And then I invited a friend, and she went with me. I tried to make the photos, but she was scared because the ocean was crashing the stone, and she was really scared. So we just abort and came out and back to the car. But I was with this photo, this shot in my mind, and I was like, I need to do it. I really need to do it. And then I had a friend that she was an expert hike. She's an expert hiker, and she was like, let's do it. And I was like, okay, but we need to go the other way around. The hike, it's super tricky. It's a cliff right to the rocks and the ocean. So if we fall, we fall. there's there's no second option, and you don't have connection. And yeah, we just camped the day before, and we explored the hike. We went there, and it wasn't with a drone. Some people ask me if it was with a drone. It wasn't. It was with my camera, because I was up and she was going down. I was screaming, more to the left, more to the right. and it took me a while to have it because the photo is gold. It's not post-production. It was golden hour, and which was tricky because then we needed to come back with without light. And yeah, I made the shot. I made a lot of it, and I had this shot. I was super proud of it. Maybe because it took me so long to do it. I think it was the photo that took me longer. And yeah, suddenly there was this contest, and my friends told me, "Come on, you should," because I don't have patience. I should, but I barely submit to contests.
Yeah, you
But
should.
I will try to do it more often. And thank you. And yeah, I just applied, and I knew that I was one of the selected ones because it was like 3 categories to submit, and I did it for the 3 of them. And my friends were there, obviously. And but it was weird because there was the first category, and it wasn't me, the winner. The second, it wasn't me. The third, and my friends were like, "Come on, they have sent you an email saying that you were
Maybe
one
it's a
of the winners."
mistake.
I said, "I'm sorry, but maybe there was something. Yeah, something went wrong. I don't know, maybe a mistake." And then in the end, it was like I didn't know that it was this prize. It was like the best photo of all of them, the great award
Wow.
of all of them, not in the category. So I was like, oh my goodness. And yeah, and that's the story. Um, it was worth the effort to have that
Yeah,
award in
yeah.
my
And
CV now.
quite a story to get that image right. So, congratulations. And I hope you enter more of those because I think it builds up a lot of
Thank you.
credibility in your portfolio, and you do have the talent. So, why not?
Yeah, I'm just
Most
lazy
artists are
sometimes
like that.
for this kind of
So,
things. Yeah,
good thing you have good friends that pushes you to do
uh,
those things. Yeah.
that's true. I have the best ones.
So, photography, it's something that a lot of people think it's so glamorous. You are in amazing locations and you just press a button, and but it's the reality, it's quite different. You work really hard to get one good shot. A lot of times being a location, it's really, really tiring. You're a lot of the times on your feet. What are some of the hardest, least glamorous moments behind your work, whether physical challenges, loneliness? Tell us a little bit of the part that we don't see.
Well, you're right. All of them. All of them are situations while I do this. And the final photos are like 5 to
Yeah.
10% of it. And most of people, I hear this a lot. I don't take it personal. But I'm always, for example, yesterday, I came back to my gym and people were like,
Yeah.
wow, you are back from your
Yeah.
vacations. Oh, you are always traveling. Oh, such a good life. I was like, yeah, that's true. That's again, I'm not complaining. And but yeah, people only see the final result of it, and they have no idea of the effort that it's behind. I have again friends and followers that say to me, "Come on, share more or make more videos about the backstage because we want to know more how it is, how do you do it, how do you manage to travel that much and to be always outdoors without like a full-time job." And I mean, uh, there's a lot of challenge of it, from mental to physical. There's a lot. Um, I think that the first begins with the mental. We are in our comfort zones, and to start going outside, to put all the money that you have in your bank account and just say, screw it, let's
Yeah.
do it. It takes a lot of courage to go to the unknown, and with it also comes like uh, you need to manage. And I used to say I prefer to earn less, and then I don't spend more than what I can, and moments like least glamorous would be like eating nuts and noodles, instant noodles for a week if I need to, of losing weight, of losing my physical shape or losing muscle, uh, to do that. And being cold, being far from my friends and my family, um, sleeping alone in tents, not having a relationship. I didn't find a soulmate that could manage this kind of lifestyle. And with it, it happens a lot of other things. This year in the Moroccos, in the middle of a desert, I could drown my camera in a oasis. Yes,
Oh
I lost like
no.
3K in gear,
You dropped the camera
and
and it
yeah, it was terrible. This year was,
oh my
it
goodness.
felt
Your heart just
into the
dropped.
water.
You stopped breathing.
Yes, I
Oh
was
my
in,
goodness.
yeah, and it was on the first day was traveling, and it was the second day in the morning.
Did
So
you
then I
have a
was 4 more
backup
days in the
camera?
desert and without a camera.
Shoot.
No, I didn't had it, and yeah, now I will. But when you carry your gear, you think about every gram, and that it's another.
Oh,
Exactly. And it was, so yeah, there's a lot of moments and sacrifices you need to do, um, that people don't see. Maybe I need to share it more. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, it's not always bright.
yeah. 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 All the elements, especially if you're shooting outdoors. Yeah. Um, Speaking of the environment in photography, representation in this field is still limited. How has your experience been navigating the outdoor photography world as a woman? Have you faced barriers, expectations, or any type of unique pressures? I know there was a lot of talk. When was it? I think it was the Olympics, right? That there were like 80% or 90% were male photographers. And then a lot of people are saying, oh, but the equipment is really heavy. A woman
Hmm.
won't do it. Um, so, how has your experience been?
Hmm.
I'm not
Bad.
surprised and also not happy to hear.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. but fortunately had the architect background on that. Both careers as an architect or as a photographer are like male field. With photography, it's the same. During the Olympics, they made news and articles about it, and which was great. And then there was other studies. There's some pages that I follow, and I could see that actually there's more female photographers than men. But then the ones that you see in magazines or in channels or in blogs
How
are male
come?
ones. So you are like, how can you explain this? How can you explain this? And in the beginning, when I started photography, I was trying to have my photos on National Geographic Portugal or other magazines, and I wasn't giving there was no answers, there was no um, replies or feedbacks. It was tough. Then I was checking their Instagram, and you could just scroll, seeing the credits on the photos, male, 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 and I was like, come on, this is not a coincidence.
Of
And
course.
I was a bit mad at that time. No, yeah, and now I try to be a little bit more chill about it. And but that time I made a post that was called "Girls Can Shoot Too," and I have sent messages to these kind of magazines, and I never had an answer. And then I asked other girls that are incredible, talented, amazing photographers, and they said that it was the same with them. And it's not only on magazines, it's also in contests. There was a contest last year. A big friend of mine, he is a guy, and he told me there's this contest he also makes some photos. He's not a photographer, but he loves nature and takes a lot of nice photos. And it was like, yeah, let's do it together. I said, yeah, sure. So I submitted, he submitted, and he was like, I don't have any chance next to you, but let's do it. And in the end, he had like an honor
Wow.
mention, and I didn't have anything. And all the winners were male. And he was telling me, next time, please change your name. Put like Patricio instead of Patricia. And I
But
was
you
like, no,
should.
I
I
will
think
not
there,
do that, but I should
there is
maybe
a
just,
lot happening in the corporate world. I come from finance, and a lot of people are putting initials now because um it's not just male, female. It's also like, I'm Latina, so having a Latin last name. There's so much, like I'm aging, so I hear also a lot of people are taking out the day of their graduation from their CV as well, so people won't know that you're like over 40 or in
yeah,
your 50s or what. I mean, it's crazy what we all have to navigate, right? Not just women. There's ageism and racism. It's so sad. I just really hope no one gives up
yes.
and continue to fight this battle together, and there's a shift. There has to be a shift.
Yeah, I hope so too. It has. Now you have more contests, like only female contests and this kind of stuff that
Yeah,
to at least to promote their work, to show the world there's more talent female photographers than people know. Um, and I hope this
me
will get
too.
better.
Well, on She
And
Rides and Women Bikepack
yeah.
Portugal event coming up first weekend in December, you are you are our
Hmm.
photographer, volunteer, because it's a free event, so we don't have any budget. Hopefully, one day we'll be able to pay you. But I mean, I know you're there also to enjoy yourself. But we'll take any image that
Yeah.
you can share with us. Really look forward to having you there. How has it been? Like, I mean, I know you have always been sporty, as you said. When did you start actually doing more long distance on the bike?
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be a photographer in an event like Women Backpacking. I think we should all support each other. You are doing a lot for it. Leah, Diana, all the girls are doing a lot for it, and it would be a shame not to
Yes.
make like a photo reportage of it. And so I was really happy when they were asking on Instagram, and I was like, I can do it. Um, and I came back from Sicily earlier just to be on the event, and yes, but I was super happy about it. Um, Long distance. Well, um, I'm not like a long distance or ultra cyclist, not at all. I was born with a bike as well on my
Wow.
feet. I used to make downhill and mountain biking, and I always had a crush on single speeds and fixed gear. So it's not that I never count. I don't have a Garmin or any kind of GPS. So most of the times I just take the bike and go. Uh, when I'm tired, I will be tired. I stop. It's not about the long distance. I don't see myself as a long distance cyclist, but if I have to, I will do it. If I have something in my mind that I have now, I will share with you later. And I just do it. The same thing with hikings. Sometimes I think I make 15 kilometers for a hike, for a photo, hiking with everything on my back. Or other days, like last 2 years ago, I was doing
Wow.
41, 45 kilometers a day, like hiking. And
It's a
it's a
marathon.
lot of hours walking. Uh, it is. It's a lot, but with good gear, you
Is this a shout
it's
out
a
to your
big,
sponsors, Sea
nice help.
Summit and Sea Shepherd?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Sea to Summit, it was super nice because after camping, there was a camp I made with friends here in Portugal that it's really cold during winter next to a river, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fall asleep because at 1 a.m. it was cold, 2 a.m. it was colder, and it was like a nightmare. When I woke up, it was ice inside of the tent. I was freezing. I had all the clothes on, the sleeping bag, everything.
Yeah.
And after that, I said, no, I need to change this. Because then the day after I had a hike and I was exhausted, I was stiff, and uh, yeah, I mean, good gear. It's amazing, and I'm lucky that I have really nice brands like Lorpen. It's built in the Pyrenees. Um, they, they work with like base layers and socks that changed my life. I'm very picky about it. And C2 Summit as well. And good gear, it's also for me, it's important because I don't like to have much stuff, but I like to have good one. And and as a environment or ecological mission, I think it's very important to have good stuff and durable. And yeah, I'm lucky. I'm really lucky to have like nice friends with me. Without them, it wouldn't be the same. That's true. I'm not making money with this.
No,
I'm
it
just being
definitely
honest.
makes a huge difference to have good support. But obviously, they also support in you because you're talented. So
Mhm.
it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Oh, thank you.
Um, so what projects are you
Thanks.
working on now, and what are the big dreams you would love to bring to life in the coming years?
Well, I'm a bit going with the flow person, but I need to organize myself as well. Sometimes I get a bit lost, and then I have like this year,
Wow.
I still have photos from January to edit, and yeah, like thousands of stuff to edit. Um, but I was thinking a lot about it these last 2 months while I was in Sicily, because I'm losing a bit of my patience with Instagram and this kind of platforms. First, I think the value of your work, it's not what it should be. And I was printing some photos I made there, and when I saw them like printed in a frame, it was like, damn, this is the deal. Not scrolling, not seeing in a small tiny
Yeah.
screen of a smartphone. And I made this, yeah, I made this decision. I was like, no. And I was invited to make 2 exhibits there next year. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to show people my work in full uh, size and quality, and so the person could like really see the quality of the photo. And that's the first main thing, for at least for 2026 next year. It's to make more exhibits and create a physical archive of my work. Um, After that, or at the same time, I still don't know. I was also invited by 2 um, editors to make
Wow.
books
Congratulations.
with my adventures and photos. Thank you. And I really want to edit at least one, um, at least one book. I really want to do it. So exhibits, book, and starting with bikepacking, which makes you habit. um, yeah, and most of people, at least the close friends that know about it, ask me, but why? Isn't harder than, because I do overlanding with my jeep or hiking, and I said, yeah, it is, but I'm used to be tired and to sleep in tents or in a different place every night, and but the bike have one thing that it's amazing, that it's the mobility itself and the speed. It's faster than walking and it's slower than driving, because my car sometimes he just get mad because I'm stopping every 500 meters or kilometer to take a photo. Oh, the light now, and I stop. And there's other cars honking,
Walking. Yeah.
mad that I'm like just stop in the middle of the road to take a photo. So yeah, and I just said, yeah, I always loved to be on a bike. Why not just start bikepacking? And yeah, that's
Cool.
the third thing of 2006.
Yeah, it's a lot. Any places in particular that you want to go bikepacking?
Yes, next spring,
You want
Sicily.
to go back there?
That's the main goal. Crossing the island.
Ooh,
Yeah, you are
don't have to
invited
tell me
if you want to
twice.
join. And uh, I bet. And yeah, I'm my Sicilian friends, and they are already a family to me because I was living there in 2010, 2011, and I was there 2 months now. And they are always saying that I'm more Sicilian than they are. And I really love that island. I really do. It's I don't know, people tell me, but it isn't like dirty and chaotic. It is, because it is, but it's it's true. It's genuine. It's not fake. It's not like over touristic. It is what it is, and I love that. It's like I don't know, honest soul, that island. And you have mountains, and you have lakes, and you have crazy, beautiful beaches without anybody, and you have a volcano, an active volcano.
And I'm sure good food.
It's, I mean, Italy is good. Sicily is just amazing.
Mm,
All the
yum.
pistachio, all the arancina, um, Yeah, and I'm a vegan, as you know, but believe me, I didn't lose weight.
Yeah, I'm sure it's you eat so well in Italy. I haven't been to Sicily, but
But yeah.
I can see it now in my near future. This is spring.
Hmm.
Well, Miss Roofless, I am so happy you came to the pod and can't wait to share this episode with everyone. You are such an inspiration for really following your dreams and going with the flow and making things happen. You just really bring a smile to my face every time I see you on Instagram, and I just can't wait to give you a big hug and ride together in a couple of weeks in Portugal. Thanks for being part of Zone to Speak.
No, thanks. I was super happy with your invitation. I couldn't imagine that I would fit your podcast, and I'm not used to be on this side. But yeah, it was a nice challenge, and thank you for the invitation. And yeah, we'll be together soon. I hope you take a rope or something if my legs
Believe me,
fail.
I'm not in shape, so we'll be taking shortcuts together.
And,
All good. Thank you.
thank you, Julian.
And that's all for today's episode. I want to thank the listeners for tuning in. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider following, leaving a review, and sharing it with your friends.